Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 305. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Too Fresh Crash. Crash, how are you?
That's me. Hello, I'm doing good.
Crash, I got lots of things to talk about at the top of the show. Lots of things.
Okay, go ahead.
Number one, I'm going to pull out my phone real quick.
Yeah?
I'm going to pull out my phone. I'm going to go to...
I know what you're going to talk about here.
I'm going to go to my DMs.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to... Hey, gang. Good episode last week. We're recording tomorrow? I think I'm definitely available. I can't do tomorrow, as I didn't stream today. Sorry, lads. All good. Let me know when you want to go. I should be able to go most evenings and afternoons this week. Okay. Matt P this week. Matt P this morning. After confirming that he could do the show. This morning. Hey gang, really sorry, but I have builders in today, and I totally forgot. Go on without me. If you need me, I'm free on Sunday evening and Saturday and all day Sunday. Crash, I think we got a problem. So now I've got to be honest with the audience. Twofold, okay. Crash. Number one, I want to slag you off, and I want to compliment you, okay?
Okay, go ahead for both.
Number one,
yeah.
You need to wake up 5 minutes earlier and shower 5 minutes earlier, because this is the first time you've been on time in like 3 weeks.
I can't even argue against that. I've been late for the past 3 weeks. That's absolutely correct.
And then Matt P, I think there should be a system that you have to buy us something or buy me pizza if you cancel on the morning of.
Here's what I'm going to say. You say the morning of, and in defense of Matt P, because I feel like if I don't defend him here, nobody will.
Okay.
You never confirmed that we're doing today at 10:30.
Yeah, we did. Wait, did we not?
No, you never confirmed. I confirmed I can do it. Yeah, you did not.
Oh, shit, you're right. Yeah.
In Matt's defense.
Man, we should just restart the podcast, and I shouldn't,
No, we're leaving it in there.
Do you know what?
You went through and skipped all the DMs that helped your case.
Damn.
You're like, I'm going to give Matt so much shit this episode.
Number two, Crash. Obviously, we're joking. Matt P's not here. Couldn't do this week. Again, not a problem, honestly. He'll be back soon. Number two, Crash, my Xbox and me audience, you guys will understand my problem here because we discovered it together about a month ago now. Probably 3 weeks. Crash, I need a haircut. I need a haircut really bad. Not really bad, but it's at that short, long period where it's too short, that can't do much with it. The beard needs trimming up, all this stuff.
You don't know where to go.
I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted, Crash. What do I do?
When you went to visit him and you laid down your complaint about how he messed up your hair, how did he respond to that?
He cracked a joke, and bro, I'm sorry, I must have been blind this week. He was he wasn't very overly, man, I'm so sorry, I got you next time, don't stress, nothing. He was just a bit oh, my bad. Not in a mean way, but just not in a, the customers come back and you fucked up my hairline type of way.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you. I get it. Look, the nice person in me wants to say, just give him another chance.
The nice person? What the hell is that?
Yeah, look, I'm wearing a white t-shirt today. I'm just a nice person today.
Oh, is that how it works? You're white and I'm dark? Okay, I respect it.
I didn't say all that.
I'm going to go back. Sorry, that was loaded. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back, but I'm conflicted. So
I think you should be conflicted. If he messes up again,
I'm waiting until my hair is long.
Okay. Got it.
I'm gonna have to just go through this horrible period. I'm gonna be wearing hats all the time, which I love hats. It's not a problem. But I need to go through this period where I need to get it to a good length where I'm like, okay, you trim it, you can clearly see what's going on around here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share that with my Xbox and the audience. I wanted to share that with you.
So remember, next time you see Fix without a hat, you guys have to compliment him on his haircut.
That's when you better say it looks good. Or
you don't have to know he has haircut, just compliment him on it.
Great, good point. If you didn't know, my Xbox and me is our weekly Xbox podcast. If you stumbled in this week just out of nowhere, you're in for a ride, baby. Let me tell you. You can get the show early over on patreon.com/mcfixer. Don't forget you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/mcfixer. The subs are going up very, very slowly. So we're going to keep doing this, everybody. Which is, if every single one of you right now pushes the pause button, don't just stop listening, but if you push the pause button and then went over to that YouTube app, youtube.com, and you typed in my Xbox and me, we would pop up. And all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, and if you really like us, turn on notifications. It would help us a great deal. Like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
You don't even have to pause the podcast. You'd be at this part right here at the end of it by the time you click subscribe. You would have already done it.
It would already be over. Like, this promo, and just think, once we see it skyrocket, we won't say it as much, which means we'll get into the show quicker.
Yeah. More enjoyable content for you guys at that point.
I'm just saying. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes. We've had some iTunes reviews, Crash. We've had some really nice iTunes reviews.
I don't know. The only one I saw was not nice.
But we got a negative one, which I just want to... Again, it's that weird thing. Like, do I want to bring attention to it? I'm gonna go with yes, because it's who I am. And I want to read this one out. And I tell you what, maybe we can make this a new segment to try and boost the reviews. Like, we will read them out for a little, like, every once in a while when there's a really good one with a story in there, like Crash and MC Fix, they made me cry one week. If you like putting like a deep story, we'll read it out. But this one's a journey, let me tell you, which says, title, enjoyed it until I don't. Not gonna say the name. 2 stars out of 5, Crash. Ooh. MC Fixer is clearly passionate about Xbox, but his passion or opinions often spill over into self-righteous noise. The latest episode about easy mode in games shows he doesn't listen to his co-hosts or even tackle the topics maturely. My advice is to tone it down, the passion, and consider others' opinions. I'm just gonna say, I don't think that warrants a 2 out of 5 star.
No,
I don't think that. Not. Like, I'm just saying, you've deeply offended me with that review, because the Apple Podcast algorithm is not easy to get a 5-star review on. Like, we were sitting at like a 4.8, I think, at one point. We're now at a 4.7.
Wow. You know what that means? Somebody has to give us a 5-star review to counterbalance.
I mean, honest feedback is always wanted, always. And if, I'm not going to say your name, and maybe if you're still listening, if you feel like that, I'd love for you to reach out to me. Like, I'm not unreachable. You can DM me on a plethora of different platforms and be like, yo, Fix, I didn't quite like the way you tackled this and blah, 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 blah. But what I want to keep reminding people is, we're trying to make it entertaining show here. Back and forths, conversations, devil's advocates, taking stances that maybe some other people won't, just so we can have a conversation here, you know? So, I really don't understand the self-righteous noise.
Yeah, that... Also, like, I kind of feel like if he was going to put you in that category, I should have been included in that.
Yeah, you should have been.
We both had the same opinion on that, didn't we?
I think it's because I'm I'm an easy target. I'm an easy target for the people. But yeah, if you write a nice review or a bad review, but it's at least, do you know what I would have rather? If you actually do care about the show, if you've got a bad review, just give us 5 stars and then give us like the bad review in the text. Just to help a brother out. Just
or give us the appropriate amount of stars. Because like he says, he's clearly passionate. He said he enjoyed it until he didn't. Yeah. So clearly there was some enjoyment.
So he only reviewed it once it was negative. He enjoyed it. So we did like maybe 5 weeks with him being like, Bumping Xbox podcast. We love this show. And then one time I said something he didn't like, it was like, self-righteous, I'm reviewing this to destroy you. Weird.
Yeah. It's like the people who play Call of Duty and they play it for a while and they're like, oh, it's so good. And they get to the point where they're just running into cheaters and they're like, this is a horrible game. And it was never any good. And it's one of the worst games I've ever played.
You mean me then? Okay, interesting. Thanks for calling me
I don't think you've ever said that. Have you ever said that?
Patreon producers this month, Erangard and FNH Paul. Thank you to you boys for keeping the show on, keeping the lights going, keeping us growing. Thank you very much for your continued Patreon support. Remember, you can support over on Patreon and become a Patreon producer. Patreon.com/MCFixer. We'd appreciate your support. Topic of the show this week, Crash. I've played a little game. You may have heard of it. It's called Back for Blood. Back for Blood. You heard of it?
I don't think I've ever. Can you explain what? I don't think I've ever heard of it. Can you explain what it is?
Alright, well, you suck, and you're not a real gamer if you've never heard of this. No, this is obviously Back for Blood is WB's new game that they're publishing, done by the old Left 4 Dead studio. So I've got like a mixed history when it comes to Left 4 Dead. I've played 1 and 2, enjoyed the games. It was one of the very first games I ever taught my fiance to play, because I felt like that was an easy game of like, pick a gun, just run through, shoot as many zombies as you can, let's get to the end. Like, it's a great game to teach a significant other how to play, I think. So, but I'm not like one of these like guys that loves Left 4 Dead, like you know what some people have, they're like, Left 4 Dead's top 5 games of all time. And I look at it and I'm like, I don't see it, homie. I don't see it. I don't understand it and I don't see it. Because I think a lot of people's memories with that game is the moments they had with their friends. But that doesn't make the game a top 5 game of all time, you know? What I will say is, number one, thank you to Warner for giving me early access. I streamed it yesterday over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/mcfixer with drops. I'll be streaming it probably as you are listening to this. I will probably be live. So if you want to try and win a code, come over to my Twitch channel right now, hit the follow button. We just passed 5k followers, Crash, yesterday. Ooh.
Congrats.
We did it. It was a very good stream. But the game itself, oh man, this game's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So if you don't know the premise of what we are talking about, yeah, it is a zombie infected map where 4 people jump in and you all pick a gun and you run around and you shoot things. You've got your mutated enemies, which could be they've got all different names for them, but you've got a guy that pukes on you, you've got a guy that runs at you and explodes, you've got a guy that has like this gigantic arm that sort of just hammers down on you, and obviously there will be more and more and more. It's, again, you understand the premise of what this game is. I don't think I've had that much fun streaming in a long time. Number one, because of the people I was playing with. Shout out to Ollie Bar and shout out to Morph and a few other people that we played with. Shout out to them because it was a great time. But you know that just easy nature of like, all right, we're dropping in. No one knows what they're doing. We're all figuring it out together. We're all at an evil playing field, and we're just gonna figure this out. It was like that, and it was, oh my god, it was so fun. So fun, Crash. You haven't played it, right?
No, I have not. I'm in the beta. I just didn't have the chance to yesterday. Yeah,
honestly, I really enjoyed my time with it. It's everything that Left 4 Dead was, 100%, but better. Because this game now it's got a couple of different things in terms of, for its campaign, they've got this card system, which gives you like different buffs. So it might be extra ammo, extra health, melee damage does 2 extra damage, or make you get a certain amount of health when you're below 30%, or whatever the stat boost is, which really helps. It really helps the progression in that type of game, because I think that's something that Left 4 Dead for me just never had. The aimless, once I beat Left 4 Dead, that was it. I wasn't somebody who enjoyed let's jump back in with a different group and do the same thing over and over and over. But the deck cards really do allow you to, all right, let's gamify this game in a way of like, okay, if I'm going to replay this game, which this game is going to have a lot of, it's got RNG in terms of the map, like things do not spawn in the same places, enemies do not spawn in the same places. You've got these little hordes of birds that you alarm, like a car alarm as well. They've got car alarms, but they don't spawn in the same places. So you're always on the lookout. You're always looking for where you can buy health and different boxes and all of that. All that good stuff that you expect in a video game, right? But the card system is what really, to me, I think is going to tip this game over the edge of not being just another Left 4 Dead, in terms of I can see myself wanting to build different decks for different playstyles and different characters. And the fact of like, okay, once we've actually mastered the game, we know how to kill things, we've got our health up to a certain level. It's like, oh, let's do a shotgun only run, and I've got these certain cards that are gonna benefit me using a shotgun, and let's do a pistol only, let's do an SMG only, or whatever the case may be. I really feel like that is going to help the game breathe a bit longer. This game's launching in Game Pass, as we all know, which is fantastic. But yeah, I've really loved it. I really did like it. The gunplay feels extremely solid. You've got attachments on guns, which obviously the Left 4 Dead games didn't have, which adds a whole new level. They've got like a money system in terms of like that's what you're doing when you get to a shop. It's like you're buying new attachments, you're buying different guns, you've got defibrillators, you've got med kits. It's just all there, you know?
Do you think the card system and like the complexity that adds might be a turnoff for some of the more casual gamers that are used to Left 4 Dead?
No.
Okay, so it's not so complicated that somebody who's just like into the bare minimum of what Left 4 Dead was.
You know what I am. I am as basic as they come. Let's be realistic. Like, I am a basic gamer. Like, when it comes to like, when we play Final Fantasy, I'm like, what do you want me, like when we play Final Fantasy Online, I'm like, what do you want me to do? What do I play? I'm not paying attention to shit. I am as basic as they come. This game is as dumbed down in a good and positive way. That might sound negative to some people, but it's a case of you load into your match, you pick your cards, and that's it, done. It's not like you have to overthink things. It's literally reading a line of text, which is like, this thing gives this buff, or this gives this percentage, or this gives this ammo, and you're ready to go. That's what the game is at the end of the day, and that's what the system is. I feel like there is a level of complexity that will be there in terms of like, I think there was like 15 different loadouts in terms of cards. Not everyone's going to care about building the perfect deck and playing it on the hardest difficulty and all of that. Like, no. But I still think the simplistic nature of what these type of games are is there for anybody to play.
Got it. Was it just the one mode that was available, or was the PvP mode available?
I played both. Both.
How's the PvP?
So the PvP mode we played one match of, which is a best of 3 rounds where you swap. So one team plays as the monsters, and then the other team plays as the survivors. I think they're called cleaners in this game. And the objective is to survive as long as you can against the opposite team. Nah, Crash, my team was stacked. We might go MLG in the versus mode. We destroyed our opponents. Like, absolutely destroyed them. We were figuring it out at first, so it does this thing where the match loads up and you can sort of run around the map really fast as your monster, as the other team are preparing. So I was like, Jesus, like, I surely can't move this quick when I'm actually in the game, which I couldn't. I could just move around. And then to spawn, you have to be hidden. You can't just spawn on top of people. Like, you spawn, but you have to stop. You might have to spawn behind a building or on top of a building or to the, like, just so you're not in sight of one of the cleaners. And honestly, dude, I don't think that's a mode that I will probably play too much of unless I've got a bunch of people that want to play it and just F about, to be honest with you. But it was fun. I just don't know how much level of complexity is there. Again, that has a card system as well, and it has its own separate card system to the campaign, so you can build like your specific deck for whatever character you're going to play, cleaner or monster. But yeah, it's the abilities of the monsters that you're expecting, and then the survivors just have to sort of work together to try and survive as long as they can. We took a team out in our second round. We survived for like 5 minutes. We took a team out as monsters in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
I'm gonna assume that you don't know this, but do you know if it puts you up against people who are in a similar sized group?
I ain't got a clue. No, I can't lie. I cannot lie to you, Christ. Yeah. I don't know.
I was about to expect you to say, yeah, bro, it's the same skill rating and everything.
When you said that about Pokemon Unite, I was a bit like, what? It made sense. But I was just a bit like, I did not expect even that game to have that. Like, there's not many games that do that, where it's like, not that I know of.
I think it's normally only games that consider themselves to be competitive.
Yeah.
So like Valorant and things like that generally tend to do it. And Pokemon Unite appears to want to be competitive, even though there's microtransactions in that. But that's a different topic, not for this podcast.
My Nintendo and me coming soon.
My Nintendo and me.
But yeah, dude, I can't. I'll be honest with you. I streamed last night, and I can't stream at night because of where I live currently. But thankfully, Haley's dad is my fiance's dad is off work at the moment, so I went, look, I'm gonna be working late tonight. I'll be honest with you. He was like, yeah, it's fine, no problem. I went like over the time I said I was gonna go, so I streamed from like 8 till like 12:30 at night. Ooh. And was just like, I did not want to stop. And literally, after we finish this podcast, I am going live and I'm playing it for another 8 hours. Like, I just like it so much. It's so fun. And it has that loop enough to me where it's like, okay, I can see where we're going wrong. I can see what we're doing right. I like the card system. I like the money system. I like learning different guns because it's not always the same guns in the shop. So sometimes I'm forced to use a sniper. And just playing it with a crew is so good. It's so fun.
So you mentioned different guns in the shop, right? And you mentioned cards can give you like specific buffs on specific guns. Can you get into a detrimental spot where you pick the wrong cards and they just don't pop up in the shop, or does the shop refresh or something like that and you get opportunity to get different guns?
Well, so the shop refreshes each like chapter that you go to, or if you die. It's not always. I don't believe. Don't quote me on that because I could be incorrect, but I think I'm right. It's not the same thing always in the same shop. So like, if you die, it resets, and once you get to the next safe room, it resets like for the next area that you go in. But yeah, no, I don't, because from what I've experienced, it's like from the cards that I've gotten so far, right? It's like reload speed and health and melee damage does +2 and stuff like that. So it all seems very well balanced at the moment. I'm sure as you get deeper, there may be more specific cards that are a little bit more shotgun does this or this does that and AR does this or whatever. But at the moment, it seems very base level enough that you're not too stressed about it. The thing I like about it has all the things that you'd expect. It has a ping system, dropping ammo, like stuff like that. And like especially when you're playing with a squad, if you all make sure you've got like, okay, I'm playing the AR, I'm playing the sniper, I'm playing the melee, and I'm playing the SMG, you can sort of you'll just pick up a load of ammo and start dropping it for each other and stuff like that. So when you play in a crew, it feels that bit better. And you're communicating constantly, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're playing a shotgun character, you're going to pick up a bunch of AR still, and I'm like, you don't need AR, you're like, yeah, I've got this, boom, drop it, and then I'll collect as much as I can, but you need to carry the rest of that, and then we keep moving forward, and yeah, it's really good. I'm surprised in how good the gunplay is, though. I think that's the thing that surprises me the most, in how good it feels to actually shoot in this game.
Okay. I think, honestly, like, that's probably one of the biggest things, because that is what you'll end up doing a majority of the time as well.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have said Left 4 Dead was fun. Like, I think, again, because Left 4 Dead is so simplistic in terms of, like, double pistol, shotgun, Uzi, whatever it is, it feels very arcadey. And I'm not saying this doesn't feel like that, but there's like a little there's a hub world that you're in, and you all go into the same hub world. And then, like, at the back of it, there's like an area you can practice shooting guns and stuff, but you can also shoot each other because the game had that. I think you could turn it off, but at the moment we were playing with damage friendly on friendly fire on. Thank you. And I was just in that player and I'm like fighting against Ollie, and we're just jumping around shooting each other. I'm like, this feels very competent. I don't think that was the word I wanted either, I'll be honest with you. It feels very good in comparison to... See, that's what happens when you try and big brain crush. Don't do that. But this is... I like to try and broaden my vocabulary. I'm not just a schmuck.
It's worth the effort. I think
try.
It's worth the effort. You might get the wrong word every once in a while.
I would rather try and foul than not try at all.
I respect that.
I would think competent. I think it was competent I wanted. Very competent compared to... I don't think that kind of works. It was very good in comparison to, let's say... It's not a Apex, it's not a COD, it's not that, but it felt relatively good in comparison to like throwing on your attachments and stuff on guns. It's just like, oh yeah, this works.
If you were to compare it to Second Extinction, based off gunplay only, not like the whole game,
it's way better than that.
Better than that?
Way better.
Okay.
Like, we only played like 2 hours of Second Extinction. Yeah. So I played a lot more of this, and I played Second Extinction a while ago. So I think it's probably unfair for me to compare, but from just off the base of my memory, I enjoy the gunplay of this game way more than I did Second Extinction. Second Extinction very much reminded me of Left 4 Dead. Like there weren't no attachments on your guns, right?
In Second Extinction, no.
You
could like upgrade your guns and stuff like that.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
But maybe I didn't get that far. Again, we only played for like 2 hours. But yeah, I think you're right. Actually, you could attach things. I don't think I got that far from an early level where this is very much here's your group of money. Do with it as you please. Are you going to buy med kits? Are you going to buy ting perks? Are you going to buy defibrillators, nades, etc., etc.? And then the list goes on, and you just run out there and shoot some zombies, man. So, yeah, it was a great time. I cannot wait to put another 4 days with it, I think. And then I think there's the open beta after that. I think it's 4 days for the early access pre-order beta, which is, by the way, on the record, I know I got sent a code, I know Crash is in, and loads of people are in, and I've got codes to give away, but it's total bullshit. Do not call something an open beta if you then charge people to get in. That's not an open beta. And I get that they have gone with early access beta and open beta, but you shouldn't put two on top of each other.
Yeah, I saw people calling it an open beta, and I didn't see them calling it an open beta, and I was like, oh, that's just like clickbait. They're trying to get clicks and stuff like that. That's just weird.
No, there is. Honestly, there isn't open
that's what
beta
they call it.
The week. No. So
no. I know that there's an open beta coming out, but they were calling this beta the open beta, and they're like, the open beta starts tonight, and it's like, it's not an open beta. You need a code to play it.
The early access beta starts tonight, and the open beta starts on the night.
Granted,
I think.
If you want a code, from what I've seen, like Twitch is doing drops, and also it's pretty easy to get a code. Yeah. It's not difficult at all, but it's still not an open beta at all.
Yeah, I just want to call that out before someone's like, you're such a cool pre-apologist. No, WB are wrong for this, and they've complicated the messaging. They should have just kept it. Again, if you're trying to build hype for the game, if you want to give content creators 2 days early access to something, make sure you make that very clear. It's like early access for creators, and then you go on from there. But yeah, man, I can see me playing this a lot. I can see me, if I've got again, it always comes down to the same thing. I say this all the time. I can see me playing this a lot. This is not a solo game. I do not think this would be fun in solo. I do not think that I wouldn't play it solo. I know people do, and people enjoy playing it solo, and they learn the speed runs and all that stuff for it. I've watched a couple of streamers do Left 4 Dead speedruns before, they're always fun to watch, especially when you see the like glitch manipulations and stuff like that. But all that stuff's just not for me. I want to just jump in, shoot zombies, shoot all these bad enemies, these mutations together with a group of friends. That's what this experience is for me.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Should we get into Fix a Sack?
Sure, we can get into the one fixer sack question.
We only got one question, guys.
We only got. Let me real quick. I'm gonna check the Discord. I asked for questions pretty late, so I'll take responsibility.
That's not on you, because I could have asked as well. That's not on you. I can't let you take that one. It's not on you.
Yeah, no questions on the Discord.
So we got no question on the Discord and only one question. Wait.
Check the Twitter. Oh wait, you can't check the Twitter.
Oh wait. So, wait, let me see if it's been unsuspended. No, it's still suspended.
It's not. No. It's still suspended. You sent the thing in?
Yeah.
Oh, you might need to reach out to them again.
So yeah, for those who don't know, the My Xbox and Me Twitter got suspended. Don't ask me why. I don't know. All right, don't ask me these questions. Anyway, let's jump into Fix the Sack and read out our one question. Remember, you can email in my Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com, or you can join the Discord, is in the description on the YouTube video, or you can find it on my Twitch, or just DM me and I'll give you the link for the Discord. Come join a welcoming family of people that just enjoy video games all around. This question says, hey guys, hope you are all well. I was wondering recently, what do you think the chances are we get a Gears of War collection on the Xbox series of consoles? Something similar to the Master Chief collection, but for Gears 1, 2, 4. Well, we just forgetting 5 there? Jesus. Perhaps even with 2 and 3 getting a slight remaster too. Do you think the chances are slim due to all the games being available and play through Game Pass, where the Halo games weren't playable on Xbox One at the time, Master Chief Collection, when Master Chief Collection came out? Best regards, Lewis. Yeah, you got no chance in hell.
Yeah. I think you have no chance, because I don't think Coalition wants to do it. And I think there's a chance Master Chief Collection, even with all the past games being playable, would have came out, because the Master Chief Collection is more than just the games. You have updated visuals. You can go into the multiplayer and load into. I think they have a playlist where you can pick which game you want to go on, which map. It's a lot more in depth than just here, play all the games. Whereas I don't know if Coalition would want to do all that, and they keep adding stuff to Master Chief Collection as well. I think there's a chance you get a collection for sale or something along those lines, where you get 1 through 3 bundled together. There's a chance for that. I don't think it'll be remastered. I don't think any of those, if that even happens. And if it does happen, I don't think 4 is included in it. I think 4 is too new.
There's no need for it.
Yeah,
that was a past Xbox, and you are correct that you needed to bring all of 1, 2. All of those games to PC and Xbox, and now you've done that. You can get hold of Gears literally everywhere. PC, Xbox, store, or Game Pass. Every single game. There's no need for it. It's just not needed.
Is Gears 3 on PC? Are Gears 3 and 2 on PC? I know Gears 1 is. I didn't
That's a great
know
question.
Gears 3 and 2 are.
That's a great question. That's a great question.
I know Gears 3 didn't launch on PC. I don't think Gears 2
it's
did
not.
either.
Let's find out. Gears 2 PC?
Gears 2 might be. I don't remember Gears 2 100%, but I know Gears 3 was not. It was Xbox exclusive.
This was 3 years ago. Someone posted on Reddit. No, I'm not demanding for 2 games on PC, but as the first game ended up releasing to PC, would it be possible to... Yeah, no, so I assume it's not. Well, I never knew that.
And you call yourself a Gears of War fan.
Do you know, I don't. I just call myself more a Gears of War fan than I do Halo. Let me make that perfectly clear.
That's fair.
If you're asking me to pick one franchise to save from Xbox history, I'm saving Gears of War every day of the week. But that doesn't mean I know everything about the series. I'm not as deep as you. I used to watch the Pro League stuff and all that.
A little bit. I didn't watch the Pro Leagues too much. But yeah.
But you have. You've seen more than what I bloody have. So, yeah. No, Lewis, to answer your question, I don't think this happens. From an Xbox point of view, nobody is clamoring for Gears 2 and 3 on PC, and no one is asking for those games to look better.
Yeah.
No.
I think one of the unfortunate things, even if you look at it, Halo is just more popular than Gears of War at the end of the day. It just is. That people would want a Halo 1, 2, and 3. People would want to play through that in large numbers. So even going through the effort of doing that would be more worth it for Microsoft and 343 to do as opposed for the Coalition. Because I think if Gears 1 Ultimate did well, I think we would have gotten 2 and 3 getting a similar treatment as well at some point. But I don't think it did enough internally for them to be like, oh, this is something we really should do, as opposed to oh, this is a special occasion for the franchise. And it worked out for what it was, but nothing more.
Fresh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim Geddes tweeted that something was underrated. I can't remember where it was. And I responded with, Gears is underrated.
Yeah.
And then someone replied to me saying, I'm trying to find the tweet now, but I don't think I can. It was along the lines of, Yeah, multiple spin-offs and multiple sequels. Yeah, really underrated.
Multiple spin-offs? There's only one spin-off.
That's not true. Tactics.
There's one Gears Tactics, that's the only spin-off.
Judgment.
Judgment's not a spin-off.
Bro.
Judgment's a prequel. Judgment's a prequel, it's not a spin-off.
Jesus. You know what? Yeah, okay, but I understood what they were saying. Anyway,
right, okay.
That's cool.
That's
okay,
fair.
let's say it just said, I'm paraphrasing, so let's say it just said sequel spin-off. Does the amount of games something have determine if it's underrated or not?
No. I think you can have a bunch of games and still be underrated. Because like you having a bunch of games just mean you make back your production value and then some. There's a profit to be had from the game, not necessarily that the game is rated to what it should be.
Resident Evil 2,
I do think Gears of War
underrated. So. Resident Evil 4, overrated.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna be honest with Resident Evil. I can't even talk about it because I just don't know. All I know is that 5 gets so much hate for no reason.
That's not true. Dude, did you see, I'm changing the subject. Did you see my tweet?
Which tweet? No,
I made a tweet for you. I was waiting for you to comment.
Okay, wait.
So there was no. There was no. I've got to tell you. So
okay, go.
There was an article put out by Game Rant saying how Leon.
I saw it for Billy. I saw it. Yes.
You didn't comment on it. I literally made it for you. I was sitting there and I was putting in different characters like Ashley, Leon. I thought, Rebecca. I wrote out a bunch of names and then I went, hold up a goddamn minute. Really? And Crash, I've got to be honest with you. I thought the Resident Evil community were gonna like at least back me. I thought that tweet was going to the moon. It got like 9 likes.
No, I saw that and I was like, I don't remember Fix really liking Billy. That's odd, but
it wasn't for me. It was for you. I did it specifically for you.
Shout out to Billy,
couldn't give a fuck about Billy. But yeah, so I still think Gears is underrated.
I think that's fair to say, to be honest. Especially if you look at the modern releases, I think there's an argument to be had for Gears 1 through 3.
Yeah.
You could have an argument for those not being underrated, but I think with 4 and 5, they're definitely underrated. Especially 5, like people don't really talk about it, and maybe it's because the package as a whole might have been not what people wanted or something along those lines, but just like graphically, gameplay wise, the stuff they do in those games are absolutely fantastic, and I do think they are underrated. Go ahead.
I wanted to see how long he's gonna let it pause. If you think Gears underrated, let us know. myxboxmepodcast@gmail.com. Or what is a game in your mind that has multiple sequels or spin-offs, but you still think it's underrated? Let us know. Discord or questions next week.
And when Matt P reads this and he comes next week and he gives us the answer, no PlayStation franchises, Matt. Xbox only.
It has to have been on the Xbox system at least. Jesus Christ. Matt P comes out here, The Last of Us. It's been really underrated, man. The Last of Us is underrated.
Don't get appreciated.
Ratchet and Clank, underrated. Like, shut up, Matt P. No one wants to hear about your PS5 exclusive games. God. You got something to say?
Before we move on, we're in the Fix Your Stack section. Yes. I have a question for you. So I don't know if you've heard all the hubbub about Street Fighter lately. PlayStation 5 exclusive. Street Fighter 5. New character, but this is marking the end of Street Fighter 5.
Thank God.
Which means we're going to be getting Street Fighter 6 at some point. I think they hinted towards it that the new character is going to be like a link to the future of the franchise, etc., whatever. Do you think the Street Fighter comes back to Xbox? Or do you think it stays a PlayStation exclusive at this point?
It depends on the bag.
That's fair.
I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. A franchise like that, we would love to see it everywhere. Surely. Yep. Like, that Street Fighter is one of the creme de la creme fighting games in the world. How do I know that? Because even I'm interested in Street Fighter. You know, there's only two fighting games I give a crap. That's a lie. 3 fighting games. That's a lot of fighting games, really. If I say 3, right? That's like a lot of fighting games, really.
Oh, really?
No? You're gonna
Because
call me
you're
a
gonna say Mortal
hipster?
Kombat.
I am.
You're gonna say Street Fighter
I am.
and Killer Instinct. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Killer Instinct. Yeah. Fix, you better change
Absolutely
that answer
not.
to Killer Instinct. I don't know what the third one
Absolutely
is.
not.
Smash. I don't know what
No.
the third one would be.
No. Come on, get it. You got this. Come on. Think. Think about me.
Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom, baby.
Yeah, those are all very mainstream answers. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
No, I mean, I won't go come out with Gears Strike or Stride or whatever that game is.
But what
like,
I'm just saying, you said that's a lot of fighting games. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a lot.
is free? Is free not a lot? But do you know what it is? Because
Yeah,
I think of the fighting game like genre such a niche, which it is, but it's a niche that's pretty big, right? Like it's a big niche. It has a lot of games that release in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not like I don't know. I was about to say something like
I think there's genres of fighting games, and I think if you were to say I'm a fan of 3 genres of fighting games, I think then I would say like, oh, that's a lot.
What's a genre of fighting game? What's that mean?
A NetherRealm would be a genre of fighting game. Anime fighting game would be a type of fighting game, which would be an arc system game, probably. Stuff like that. Over here.
Fresh just talking. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Got you. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. But, shit, I don't even know what my point was. What was I talking about?
You were talking about how Street Fighter is one of the only fighting games.
That's what we were talking
that you
about.
care about.
Sorry. I don't, dude, I totally...
Went off on a tangent.
Maybe I am. What did that guy say? Self-righteous? Maybe I am self-righteous and don't listen. Maybe I am. No, yeah, I think we would all love to see Street Fighter come back onto every platform, including Switch. Like that's a platform you would want it on as well. But I do think it comes down to the bag. I think Capcom have been very strategic with this latest Street Fighter, and I do not begrudge them for taking the bag on Street Fighter because although I know it's a game that I would like to experience on the Xbox platforms, it's not a game that I think still sells like gangbusters anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean,
I think, yeah.
Fighting games in general don't sell super well. Like we talked about there being a lot of games in the genre, but the way fighting games work is essentially you have to keep playing one fighting game to get good at it. And once you start switching fighting games, it's like, I have to start all over and start learning completely new mechanics and how to play completely new characters and all this stuff. And that's kind of a lot to ask for people at times, I feel like. So generally sales for fighting games, I feel, unless you're like a NetherRealm, aren't super crazy.
Okay. Okay, Crash. Okay. Should we jump in what's been in our box?
Yeah, we could jump into that.
What you been playing?
I played Death's Door.
Oh, everyone's talking about that game, Crash.
Everybody's talking about it. It's a Zelda-like meets. They say it meets Souls. I don't.
Yeah, it definitely is. I see why people are saying that.
Yeah, from like design-wise, I think so. But like from a gameplay and like when you die, you don't lose your souls and stuff like that. Like you keep them. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong about that. I don't think I died, so I actually don't know.
You've not died? Damn, pro gamer.
No, that goes to my point about the game. I don't think the game's difficult. I actually think the game's pretty easy. And the combat's kind of simplistic. And that's kind of my gripe with the game, is that I don't feel rewarded for playing the game.
Is there a difficulty level thing?
As far as I'm aware, it's just one difficulty. I got up to the garden area, which whoever's played it will know, the Witch's Mansion, whatever. So I'm like 2 hours in or something like that. And maybe it gets better and maybe it changes. But for me, as far as I've played so far, is very simplistic combat, which it's supposed to be a Zelda-like game. Zelda has simplistic combat. That is what it is. But I don't know. I'll give it another try and see if I get more into it. But as of right now, I was actually expecting to absolutely really love the game.
It seems like your type of game.
I like Zelda. I like the Souls type. I like the aesthetic and the style, and I like the way they've done the world. I enjoy all of that. I just don't enjoy playing the game as of right now. So hopefully once I get a little bit more in, something changes and there's a little bit more to it, but it's kind of too simplistic for me.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah. But it's still a lovely game. I think there'll be a lot of people already are enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I think it's only $20 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, $16.99
Yeah.
in the UK. So
Yeah, so it's not a big price tag. I think it is. If you are into Zelda, I think it's well worth at least looking into the game to see if you want it.
anything else you've been playing?
No, that's it.
Played the new season of Apex. There's a new
Yeah.
legend. I didn't buy him. I did not buy him. I'm not sure where I've been talking about this a lot on my stream, where I'm not sure where I'm at with shooters currently, in terms of, not that I'm not going to play them for the podcast. For people don't understand, like, what I do is very, like, multi-layered, right? Because I stream full-time.
Yeah.
To make a revenue, but then we also podcast, and the podcast is the biggest thing that we do by a landslide. So we have to keep on top of new games constantly, because you guys don't want to come here and hear us just talk about one game all of the time, because that'd be pretty boring, right?
I don't know. I feel like people would like to hear about Smite every week. I should just keep talking about Smite, right? New gods coming out, everybody.
I mean, you used to. But yeah, played the new season of Apex. I did my placement matches in the new Apex Arena mode. I went 5 for 5. Wow.
What rank did you end
Not
up getting?
good. I got silver 1.
At least silver.
Nah, not good. I should have waited for a squad.
Oh, you played solos.
I
or
did.
With one person.
Well, I played solo with 2 randos. I should have
waited for a
waited.
squad.
I should have waited for a squad, but in the same breath, I just wanted to play it. So I was at that point where
that's
I'm
fair.
like, I just want to play it, and then it makes for a video for YouTube as well for my second channel. So I'm like, it's fine. And we
No
had some
point in
decent
waiting.
games. And plus, I'm not going to be taking it that serious as well. I think if I was going to be playing that game full time and taking it super serious, I probably would have waited for a full squad. But because I wasn't, I was just like, it's fine. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the new character, though I've not played with him myself. I've played against him, and I've played with him on my team, and his ability is really cool. It's very OP at the moment, though, I feel like the radius on it is humongous.
The ult?
Yeah.
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 There's 2. I shout out to TikTok. I saw how you countered the ult
Okay.
fix.
Okay,
You don't
shout
touch
out
the
to
ground and you crouch. Shout out to TikTok.
Yeah. I know the crouching one. Didn't know the not touching the ground. So thank you for letting me know.
Next time you play. Get you up to
On it.
gold.
Thank you. But yeah, I played that. I've also been playing some ranked BR again, which I missed the BR mode. So I've been playing that again. I think I'm at bronze. I'm at the end of bronze, I think, at the moment, on my journey in that. But yeah, that, more Dead by Daylight. No one really gives a crap about that. The reset's on the 13th, so I'm probably going to go hard than I did this time and try and find people to play that with, like people that are actually good at the game. No more controller people. I'm moving strictly to PC. Game Pass still. Game Pass still, so no one can come at me. But yeah, like, I'm even tempted to not play with Haley.
Oh, no.
Bro,
don't say that.
Bro, controller players are so bad.
Don't say that.
So bad.
You're saying I'm bad?
Dude.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I can't believe that.
But yeah.
Juke killers?
No. Do you know what I have? You're actually one of the better players. If you actually learn how to loop and stuff, which I don't know how to do either yet, we could actually be good at that game.
But that's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. Do we really have time and effort right now? No. Not at all. Let's get into the news this week, Crash. First piece of news. Xbox will hold another indie showcase on August 10th. And we say another because some of you may remember me and Chris speaking about the indie showcase they did beforehand. This is through the Xbox Wire, and they says, get ready for new game announcements and sneak peeks at the upcoming releases during the second Twitch Gaming Showcase, which is happening August 10th. Crash, I want to let you know one thing right now.
Yep.
I sure as hell will not be watching this. It was awful last time.
You know what?
No.
I can disagree with you.
No. I really hope they change the formula and they trim the fat, but I've got a bad feeling they're not going to. They're going to get a bunch of streamers in to do the interviews with people they don't know about things they don't care about, and it's not going to work again. I hope I'm wrong, but if it's anything like the last time, no, not at all. No way. No way.
Sony did a indie thing recently, no? I think it was yesterday.
Don't know. Don't care about Sony.
The only reason I brought it up was I was going to ask, do you think that affects what Microsoft does with this at all, or you think regardless they're just going to do what they do?
Nah, they're in their own different lanes, man. Like, we've seen what Xbox just did with Bethesda and Xbox, and then what PlayStation did with Horizon Zero Dawn, right? Like, they do their own things. They're definitely two different companies doing their own things. Didn't they just announce a thing? I didn't think they did it. Did they already do it?
It might be that they announced it and they didn't do it. I don't know.
I know they announced.
I just saw it in my timeline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm letting you guys know right now. Nope, there won't be a reaction stream. Nope, I won't be watching this. Nope, I won't be wasting my time. Not that I don't like indie games. I'll just wait for the trailers to come out afterwards.
Yeah. And then if you like something, maybe then you go and look up what that interview is or something along those lines.
100%. 100%. Next piece of news. Dead Space will launch late 2022 if development goes to plan. This one's from Ventral Beat, who says, Electronic Arts is really making that Dead Space game that fans wanted. The game is going by the name simply as Dead Space, as previously reported, blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the actual statement here, which is, we haven't shared a release date for the game, and we don't have any comment based on the current rumour and speculation, but we're glad players are excited for the game. So, internally, the rumours right now is it's meant to be coming out, is expected to come out fall of 2022, but obviously it could be 2023, depending on how development goes. You excited? That's a no.
I never really got into Dead Space. Like, this is more your genre than it is my genre. Like the whole horror thing.
I'm not excited. Like I can't fake excitement. I told you I can't fake excitement anymore. And though I am intrigued to play it, I am not excited.
Not excited. Okay.
I feel like the same way people felt about Resident Evil 2 remake when that first came out, right? Like, I was ecstatic and I'm crying and I'm falling over and I'm screaming and getting 10k views on YouTube. And other people are just like, I will enjoy that when that game comes out.
Yeah, I think my feeling towards Dead Space is exactly the same. My feeling towards Resident Evil 2 remake, which I ended up enjoying a lot. So
yeah, you'll play it, you'll enjoy it, and then you'll move on. Yeah, and that's the same for me. I hope this game is good. I hope it's fantastic. I hope it plays well. I just have no expectations. I think what I will do closer to the time is play the original all the way through, just so I have something to compare it to. Later on down the line, but yeah. Okay. New Game Pass games coming in August. You've got Curse of the Dead Gods coming August 5th. Dodgeball Academia, is that right?
Yes, I believe that is what it is.
August 5th. Katamari Damacy Reroll, August 5th. Lumens Remastered, August 5th. Skate, August 5th. Skate 3, August 5th. Yo, shout out to my boy Greedy is. I know he listens. What the hell? Why no Skate 2? Why they keep disrespecting Skate 2? That's not true. Don't say that. Oh god.
I'm joking. Before anybody
Greedy, he said it. Greedy, he said it, not me.
I was Greedy.
He was serious. He was serious.
I was a serious Greedy.
Star Mesa, August 5th. Art of the Rally, August 12th. Hades, August 13th. Microsoft Solitaire, August 17th. And 12 Minutes, August 19th. And Psychonauts 2, August 25th. 3 top tier games on that list.
Yeah, big Game Pass month, I think.
Hades, right? 12 Minutes, and Psychonauts 2. 3 big games that I will be trying to check out all 3. I don't think Hades is going to be able to live up to the hype of which everybody has put it into. Have you played it?
Yeah, I've played it. Even when I was playing it, I don't think it lived up to that hype, personally.
Yeah.
I think it's a good game, and I think there's a possibility that you'll... How'd you feel about Dead Cells?
I played it for probably about 2 hours, enjoyed my time with it, but it wasn't a game that I was super interested to go like, I have to play this right now. you know?
I think it might be a similar case to that for you. I think the only thing that obviously it's different gameplay, but the idea behind it is very similar. But one thing that Hades does have over Dead Cells is a lot of different characters with personality. And
Yeah.
that might be something that you connect to. Because I do know that for the people that love it, one of the big things is all the different characters and all the different gods and stuff that you interact with. So
I'm more of a Phoenix Phoenix More Rising type of game, you know? I prefer those type of gods.
oh yeah,
They're different
I
games,
guess.
but there's gods in it.
Different games for different people.
I prefer those gods over these ones.
God.
I've never played this,
I
but
prefer the
I
Smite
already
gods.
prefer it. Too far.
Too
Next
far.
story. Mass Effect and Legendary Edition sales were, quote, above, end quote, EA's expectations. Obviously, we know the Legendary Edition came out. EA have come out saying, I think this was during a performance review, quote, the launch of Mass Effect Legendary Edition, the remasters of the first 3 Mass Effect games, reunited the passion of fans around the world, driving sales performance well above our expectations, said EA CEO Andrew Wilson. I tried to do. Did you see what I tried to do there, Crush? Like CEO. It's in the game, like that. You know. You get
I heard it. I got it. I can't say I'm impressed with it.
My talents are wasted on this podcast with you. I've got to be honest. I'm fucking.
If Matt P was here, Matt P would have appreciated that, and he would have
wouldn't.
went on a riff. Man, where's Matt P?
Matt P with the well on the riff saying how bad FIFA is and how it sucks. And do you notice, Crash? Did you notice? I didn't even put the FIFA notes on this week. Didn't even bother.
There was
So
FIFA?
much good stuff. Oh, bro. Big FIFA news. We're not talking about it, though.
Why? Oh, you don't want to talk FIFA without Matt here to counterbalance? You got it.
I mean, do you know what? Honestly, I think it's just best to know your audience, right? And I know this audience don't give a fuck about FIFA.
That's true.
So
That's true.
you did a clip for it the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Just deleted it. I was like, "No, no point. No, I know you was trying to do, but no point. No point. Next piece of news, we've got more delays. Unfortunately, The Evil Dead, the game, is delayed till February 22nd. Saber Interactive and Boss Team Games have announced The Evil Dead has been delayed to February 22nd to give the team more time to polish the game and to add a single-player option.
Ooh, it's also February 2022, not 22nd.
What did I say?
You said
I said 22nd. Apologies, 2022. Man, I'm looking forward to this game. This game has no business looking as good as it does.
Yeah.
I've never seen the Evil Dead film. I obviously know of the character. And when I say know of, I know the look of the character. But I know nothing about the series, but I was looking forward to playing this.
Yeah, I think I'm 100% there with you. I think the big takeaway with this game whenever we saw it was it really, you are absolutely right, had no business looking as good as it did. Because I think we mentioned it whenever we saw it, like I was expecting a janky game, and this was anything but janky. At least from what we saw.
Well, I was expecting as we all know, if you've been a long-time listener of my Xbox and me, you know how battered and bruised I was by Friday the 13th on Xbox. Still hurts to this day. And how I went off on one. I remember that day so clearly. I went off on one. But yeah, this game doesn't. I am so glad they are delaying it. I think they need a beta. I think they need to make sure they got their servers ready. Like, that's the biggest thing for this game. Like, get your servers ready. Because we love these type of genre games. We really do. So, be ready. Next piece of news, Halo Infinite. There will be more large tech previews in the coming months.
Yeah, more previews, more tests.
So excited, Crash.
I'm excited. I really, honestly, I wish the Halo Infinite tech demo was still going out, because I would still absolutely be playing it to this day.
So you know the people that were saying they should just put Halo Infinite's multiplayer out now if that was ready. Are you on that camp or not? Because I don't know how I feel. Like, I saw this headline and was like, okay, we're going to talk about it on the podcast. And the first tech previews, I thought that was cute. I thought it was cool that they're letting people stream it and stuff like that. That's not something you normally see. And that just shows how much they know this game is good and how it's going to do well, right? I don't know how I feel about more of that. Just I am at that point where I'm like, give me the game.
Well, I don't think the game's 100. Like this was what we played was a 3-month-old
Yes.
game, a 3-month old beta, whatever. I don't think based off what I played that it was 100% ready to be out. And also the tech preview we played was from what they said was to test stuff like the battle pass and the systems they have in the game as opposed to test the game itself. And there are a lot of stuff and a lot of feedback that needs to go. Like I think grenades spawn way too much in the game. I do think there's balancing and stuff to do. On top of that, it just says tech previews. It doesn't say whether they're all going to be multiplayer tech previews. There'll probably be a Forge tech preview at some point, I'd imagine. So there is stuff for them to test out, and I'm assuming that they can change scopes and what they want to do. So I'm not against this. I also think the reason we're going to be getting more tech previews and we didn't get just one big beta closer to release is in part because it's going to be free to play. Like there's no harm because nobody's buying it. You won't sway people away from it. Instead, you optimize the experience so when people get into it, when it fully launches, it is the best it can be.
I still don't like it, Crush. I've got to be honest. I still don't like it. I still just, everything you said is right, and I agree with it, but I still just don't like it because I just want the game. I think if it was all behind closed doors, I'd be more okay with it. NDA'd, blah, 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 blah. But it being in my face.
I see what it is. You didn't get in.
I didn't get in.
You didn't get in. This is all you didn't get in.
It's a great point.
You know, it's open doors. Everybody's in. You know, me, I chose not to play it because I didn't want to.
Great observation, Crush. Great observation. I hate you sometimes. Moving on. That one's old. We ain't doing that one. CEO on Battlefield returning to traditional release schedule. Quote, you should think of Battlefield as a service. Chris, what on earth does that bloody mean?
It means it was in reference to releases that we might not get a new release next year for Battlefield.
So, CEO Andrew Wilson told investors you should think of it as a service, indicating the direction the popular first-person multiplayer shooter will be taken. Quote, I think that our intentions... No, that's a lie. Take all that back. I think that our... not intentions. That's definitely not
orientation.
Right. I knew the word. I just said it totally wrong. And do you know what it was? Saw a big word, panicked, guessed it. Orientations, but more importantly, I think you should think of Battlefield as a service. Bro, that's just the same quote like 3 times in one article. IGN, I'm going to need you to step it up. IGN. Because you're making me look stupid. And then in that way, it makes Chris look stupid, which in that way means the podcast looks stupid. Because you work with a stupid person at that point.
Yeah, but doesn't that make me look smarter by comparison?
Fresh. Looking smart next to me is like
I read
playing sports against a baby.
Correctly.
I didn't. Okay. Let me make it very clear. Being dyslexic is hard, and I didn't read the word wrong. I guessed the wrong word. I guessed the wrong word. That's all I did. I didn't even read the word.
I apologize. You guessed the wrong word.
You ain't got to apologize. You do you. You know? Who cares? Who cares about me? Who cares about me? And what matters in my life, you know? Last piece of news, because I don't want to talk about nothing else. You've upset me. Streets of Rage 4 developer. How do I pronounce this? Is it Dotum?
The Temu.
Emu. Bought by Focus Home Interactive. Dotum, the creators of Streets of Rage 4, is being acquired by Focus Home Interactive, who made games such as Vampire or how do you pronounce that? It's like Vampire or whatever it is, and A Plague Tale Innocence. In a press release published by Focus Home, the company announced that it has signed a contract for the acquisition of 77.5% shares in capital of Dotium. The Paris-based studio is known for making a range of retro-style games, including Streets of Rage 4, and its role in revivaling of Windjammers. Oh, they did Windjammers. I didn't realize they did that. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Windjammers off the top of my head. I'll be honest.
Windjammers was on PlayStation, just so we're clear.
Wow, Fix.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You should have not even read that word.
No,
I'm disappointed.
It didn't say. I said PlayStation. The article didn't say PlayStation.
You pulled a Matt. No, I'm saying you shouldn't have said the word Windjammers if it was on PlayStation.
I mean,
you pulled a Matt P.
Is that what we call it? Games of Gold this month. Darksiders 3, August 1st to August 31st. Ukulele, August 16th to September 15th. Lost Planet, August 1st to August 15th. And Go Mark of the Wolves, August 16th to August 31st. Crash. It's another week.
Fix. Another week down.
5 weeks. Dan. Let's plug. Go on.
You think Matt P will be back next week? I got so used to the three-man show.
I can't guarantee it. I can't guarantee it, you know? At the end of the
two-man
day,
show's messing with me now.
I can't guarantee anything nowadays. Matt P says he'll be somewhere. I think he's not.
I want to reiterate, Matt P never confirmed. Fix never confirmed the date with Matt P.
I didn't. But he knew.
I just want to reiterate.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I need to get better.
You've been busy.
I have. I've been very busy. But that's not the point.
Busy.
That's not the point. I need to get better. I was getting better and I've slowly slipped back into my old ways. I need to lead from the front.
That's fine.
I'm the quarterback of this team. I need to pass on the back. I'm not like LeBron James. I don't stack my squad.
You can't be the quarterback.
What?
Honestly, it's me and Matt P being the quarterback because we get sacked every week.
That's because it's bad defense. It's more like I'm the quarterback. You guys are defenders. Keep letting me get sacked. Come on. Block that dude. Block him. That was sports talk for this week's My Xbox and Me. What you got to plug this week, dude?
I want everybody. I know we said it earlier on, but just in case, some of you guys haven't at this point, and you guys had ample amount of time to, and if you guys haven't at this point, I might be a little bit disappointed.
Disrespectful.
A little disrespectful. I want you guys to go to the YouTube page, hit the subscribe button, and then if you like the content, hit the little bell, and then because you did it so late, take out your iPhone, take out your mom's iPhone, take out your little brother's iPad, whatever it is. Go into iTunes and rate this podcast. Normally, I'd say rate it. If you didn't like it, rate it low. But this week, I think I need you guys to rate it high. Rate it 5 stars.
I mean,
tell Fix how good his hairline is.
That was mean, and you know it.
What?
That hurt, and you know that's not true. Wow, that's disrespectful.
I was trying to make you feel better. It was to make you feel better.
That was that's too much. You went too far.
It was to make you feel better.
Too far.
I apologize. I'm apologizing to you too. I've stepped bounds a lot today, and I want to.
It's because you got a white t-shirt.
Sincerely, it's because I said I was nice with the white t-shirt. Not true at all.
It came true. You can find me everywhere at MC Fixer. What have I got to plug this week? I don't know. Just be good to each other, man. The internet sucks sometimes. We don't need to be the people that are bad to each other. We can disagree. We can have different opinions. We can, not agree on things, but just be good to each other.
Also, I just want to say this. Disagreement's healthy.
100%.
Not agreeing with somebody all the time is healthy. And being able to accept when you're wrong as well is incredibly healthy.
Do I do that?
Fix, you don't do that because we do a podcast and you can't agree. And we have to, disagree to create some discourse. So there's a conversation to be had.
But what about in our friendship? Do I do that?
In the podcast, Fix, you don't. And that's so that we can create some discourse to happen.
Good talk, Crash. Good talk. I always appreciate our talks. It means a lot.
No problem. No problem.
Until next time, we will love you, leave you, and see you later. Keep being amazing. Good boy.